So I'm scrolling through Twitter at midnight when, bam, one headline sucker punches me. Cardano faces a death cross. My coffee goes airborne, and before the mug even lands, I'm thinking, is this the end of the crypto bull run or the start of the most epic plot twist yet for Cardano ADA? Stick around because the answer flips everything you thought you knew about Cardano ADA. Let's go. So let's start here on coin market cap. The total market cap of crypto globally is up 0.05% at the time of recording and sits at $3.29 trillion for the total market cap of crypto globally. The fear and greed index is now at 66, which is greed on the scale, which has actually come down quite significantly. And, I'm a little bit surprised by this because Bitcoin hasn't really moved that much. It's still at $103,000. $103,470.51 to be accurate, and it's down 0.07% in the past 24 hours. So, it's barely moved, yet the fear and greed index has become very, very fearful in comparison to where it was, which, is rather interesting. Cardano is down 2.46% in the past 24 hours. It's now sitting at 75 cent 39. It's down 5.24% in the past 24 hours. And again, I just don't think that this really signals anything to be really concerned about. I really do feel that there's some really big, price movements that we're likely to see. And look, I'm still sat here telling everybody that the dips are for buying, and I think that we're going to continue upwards for the next 70 days or so, unless the Fed reduce interest rates, because I do think that that is what is going to cause the next leg down. But ultimately, we're still in a bull run and the market is still very, very bullish, although there isn't much liquidity. I think that comes later on in the cycle for our blow off top, the biggest bull run in crypto history. But we are seeing some really phenomenal price predictions, not just for Cardano, but also for Bitcoin. People talking about 1.5 million a coin for Bitcoin. I mean, that's just, it's out of this world. Is it possible? I would take it all with a pinch of salt. But you can let me know your price predictions for Cardano, ADA, and Bitcoin in the comments below. And look, let's get to it, right? Cardano whales slide as ADA price faces potential death cross. This, for me, is something that we see a lot. It's really there to incite fear. And ultimately, I want to break down my thoughts and opinions on this. So stay until the end. We've got Cardano dips 6.3% weekly as the BB trend turns negative and whale activity fluctuates, signaling weakening market conviction. Whale wallet counts remain unstable, reflecting hesitation among larger holders and limiting bullish follow through, which I found rather interesting because I disagree with this wholeheartedly. We got Cardano ADA risks death cross near 72 cent 9 support, a break lower may target 68 cents, while upside hinges on reclaiming the 78 cent 1 point. So again, just really interesting, right? We can see the inflows. We've seen a lot of inflows. This doesn't, look to me like a chart that would be signaling that, there's something to be majorly concerned about. Just look at the size of the green candles on this chart compared to the red ones. I do think, though, that we should be expecting some volatility on the way up. And I think that's what we're seeing. The fact that, the whale activity is cooling after, a short-lived spike, this for me is just a sign that we're cooling off. It's what the market needs. People are taking profits. And ultimately, we're going to see the next leg up rather soon, in my humble opinion. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments below and let's move on. Now, I want to talk about this, right? Cardano ADA accumulations up $80 million in 48 hours. Will this bring price increase to Cardano ADA? So on one hand, we've got one article saying that it's all fluctuating and we're seeing whale activity dying off. Another is suggesting that 80 million ADA has been purchased in the last 48 hours. I don't think that we've really got anything to be too concerned about. Even though there was much buying activity, ADA's price has continued to stay stable, but indicators are not all positive. An increase in the price could happen if whales keep buying and the technical signs improve, with more people participating. So again, just really interesting stuff. But with all of this said, there are people saying, and we saw this in the previous article, that Cardano ADA whales aren't buying and that we should be concerned. And this is something that we're seeing time and time again. I really do think that we need to take what we're reading with a pinch of salt. Join our free Discord, link in the description of the video. We have a data portal that gives you the breakdown of all these whales and what they're actually doing for our members. So go check that out. Now, we've got Cardano ADA founder Charles Hoskinson on Midnight Protocol. So again, applications that change lives of billions, according to Charles Hoskinson. So Cardano's Charles Hoskinson promotes major Midnight capabilities following latest partnership with Brave Browser. So Cardano's Midnight to power privacy in Brave's ecosystem. Hoskinson said that Cardano's Midnight Zero Knowledge ZK platform could support Brave Ads and Brave VPN. He noted that the privacy-focused web browser could earn from its integrating these two into its business model. Brave could earn crypto from the basic attention token BAT ecosystem, as ads can prove a major deal. Additionally, the VPN component involves the subscription model, which is really interesting. So it's good to see that there's lots of different use cases for Midnight. And then we've obviously got the airdrop that he talked about, which is going to be monstrous. So look, there's a lot to be said for the negativity, the lack of buying. Perhaps there isn't a lack of buying, according to some of these articles. You can find out more in our Discord. But look, what I would say is there's a lot of real positive upgrades that are on the horizon. Don't forget, you can become an absolute legend. Stake your Cardano ADA to the cheeky crypto stake pool, ticker CHEEK, CHEEK, and you can earn a passive amount of ADA weekly just by storing your Cardano ADA in your own custody wallet, staked to the cheeky crypto stake pool. We have 7.3 million ADA staked with us. The pool's been running 4 or 5 years now. We have 1,476 individuals staking with our stake pool. We've got 7 blocks this epoch. It's a pool doing really well, and you will become an absolute legend, supporting not only Cardano but cheeky crypto as well by joining this stake pool. So why not get all over this one right now and earn a passive income? So let's move on then. Breaking news: Trump's Trump coin scandal, billions lost, insider trading suspected. And look, we need to dig into this, right? Because there's a lot of people in a lot of financial loss. We got it, the fact that it launched at 18 cents, it surged to $75, and it's now hovering around $16. 810,000 plus wallets currently underwater, estimated losses of over $2 billion. A wallet that bought 1.1 million in XRP Trump just 2 minutes after Trump's Truth Social announcement, sold within 48 hours, netting $109 million in profit. Just phenomenal, right? And it had to be an insider. And why this is so important and why I bring this up is so many people would have lost money on this, right? Because it was only really the insiders that made money on this Trump coin. Now, look, I just want to be putting it out there. It's all labeled up Trump. It isn't actually Donald Trump that is running it, right? There's other people running this, I guess, with his blessing. And ultimately, there's so many bad people in this blockchain space. You have to be so careful. We got Dubai Finance signs MOU with Crypto.com. Now, I wanted to touch on this, right? Because it's all great, right? We see these MOUs. Now, I'm not suggesting in this scenario that this isn't I guess an announcement that will not come to fruition. But an MOU really is is a nothing burger. It's it's no guarantee that anything's going to happen whatsoever. Now, I'm not suggesting that this is one that doesn't happen, um, but I just wanted to let everybody know, when you see these big announcements, the questions to be asking, as an investor is it an MOU? Or is it an actual partnership, right? That's actually happening right now, right? So Dubai Finance signs MOU with Crypto.com to enable crypto payments for government fees in pioneering global move. So really big news on the face of it, but it is just an MOU. I wanted to kind of just put that out there. A lot of people don't really understand, what's going on, right? And maybe I fell into this category a little bit with some of the projects in the early days, seeing these really big partnerships and realizing that they were just really MOUs with no real substance, no following up. It was just an agreement, and the whole idea of it was constructed to bring excitement and hype to the project. And I see these time and time again, so you have to be careful with this sort of stuff, just so you're aware. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button, follow us for more content, join us in the free Discord, and definitely stake your Cardano ADA with a cheeky crypto stake pool. And I will catch you in the next video.